Welcome to the Heroes of Haven's Run campaign expansion for the Lenharrow Fantasy Adventures game. This book not only details the Kingdom of Haven's Run, but features the playable adventure Dawns the Night. Play characters in the nation that spawned the famous Bad Company. The nation of Haven's Run is covered within, so that referees have a land for their players to explore, with the capital city of Haven's Run being completely detailed. However, it has been my experience that what most campaign guides are missing is the adventure. We, however, did not forget to include that very little detail. Do I bore you with thousands of years of history? Maybe a little. Do I provide you with dozens of referee player characters to populate your world? Okay, I did that. Do I add new creatures and magical devices to surprise your players? Yeah, I guess I did a little of that too. Do I needlessly detail every nook and cranny of my featured areas? Well, not every cranny, but most of the nooks. Do I add a bunch of charts to that the referee can refer to? On that one, you got me, but at least I compile them all in one easy-to-find place. That's just in the campaign section of this book, and then there's some adventure to be had. Heroes of Haven's Run features the adventure Dawns the Night. This fully detailed scenario includes a smaller home base for your players just outside of the capital city. We also have a starting adventure to get your players into the campaign before delving on into a series of adventures that are interwoven with an overall plot, so that you as a referee can run as many side adventures as you like. It all starts with a minstrel that is plagued with nightmares or visions that they cannot shake. This leads them to the small township of Torrith that has seen so much tragedy in its recent past, in a town that is on the edge of the frontier in a post-war environment. Included herein is the obligatory bandit attack and goblin hunt, a haunted cabin, a lost dwarven outpost, a cult of Hardcover worshippers with a penchant for spiders, plots for world domination, knights with a not-so-noble cause, and perhaps, just perhaps, a dungeon to explore. Create one of your own characters from the LPG, the Lenharrow Player's Guide, or start playing right away by choosing from the 10 pre-made characters found in the appendices of the book. Will you be the distraught human minstrel Mildred Burrows, who is seeking allies to end her vision? Or will you take on one of the other roles? You could be Baltiar Proudnose, a gnome healer, whose only desire is to care for those in need. Perhaps you'd like to play Bobbert, the savage human bandit who everyone simply calls Bob. He is seeking a way to end his life of skullduggery. Maybe the rotund catman innkeeper, Grey Tomas, strikes your fancy. If the life of the elf-maiden emissary from the nearby woodland realm of Hightar strikes you, then Kara Treebow is for you. Kara is attempting to mend the fences after recent hostilities with her people. I hear you calling, and a warrior's heart lies within. If this is the case, then the human soldier Corporal Maria Havana Daring is for you. You'd like to play a wizard, you say? Then perhaps you'd like to play Lord Mayor Martius Rathbar, a noble mage that is trying to restore the town of his birth. Something different, you wonder? Certainly. For you, we have the black-scaled Swamp Troll, a dragon-man blacksmith by the name of Ned Blacktail. There's also the Lady Catman and daughter of the local baroness, who is looking to increase her life holdings, and have as much fun as she can doing so. There is one more for those rogues out there, and that would be Wanda Thaunis, who fancies herself as the local bounty hunters guild mistress. Haven's Run awaits you, adventurer. The only question left to ask is, will you answer the call and become a hero of Haven's Run? This is but a sampling of the things and places you may see. Artwork that may be included or may not be included in the book, but was an inspiration for it at least. But much of it will be in the book. And for your viewing pleasure, at the end here we have all the villains that are encountered in this adventure. mistress, Shahadrax. And finally, we ended off with the God Spider. We hope you have enjoyed this little intro video and that you enjoy our discussion on the heroes of Haven's Run and its feature, Dawns the Night.
You're muted, darling.
All right, let's try that again. Greetings, I'm Christopher Logan Hill, the G.I. Joe Gamer, and with me is the Tiger.
Meowdy, 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 meowdy.
Tonight we're talking about our upcoming campaign book and why it was delayed from October till whenever it's going to come out. We got some things to show you and some things to talk about. So let's get right into it. Tiger, you want to give us your thoughts on this campaign?
I did not know you had that picture with the guy with the hookah. That was freaking awesome. I was like, hey, it's that guy.
Yep. That would be the Guardian of the Sanctum.
Who is high.
It was high, yeah, for the most part, yeah. Well, the reason I chose to delay the book is because of this right here. These are some of the maps that I had. That was all I had available, and the Tiger offered to update them to this. So I think you'll agree that these maps are a lot better. Yes. Anyway, this is just a sample of one of the maps that's going to be in the book. And it's actually kind of a city within a dungeon. So it's okay to show this one because it's not going to give any spoilers away.
Spoiler. Oh.
But we did I also rendered a new cover, and which was in that video there. But here's a better look at it. It's what our cover's going to look like. So I like it. Jake Pendragon pointed out that her eyes are messed up, and I'm like, no, she's just been in the heat of battle, and she's got a fiery temper, so her eyes are as red as her hair. It's awesome looking. At least that's the way I took it.
She's doing that one eye thing.
Yep. Looks like she's about ready to turn around and tear into those orcs. I thought it was a pretty good AI render. So full disclosure,
I think she's doing the hold my beer thing.
Yep. If I was able to pay an artist, I would, but can't do that right now. So we're down to AI, and I think the AI did a pretty good job. But we're going to cover like the basics of what's in the book. Like I said, here's the cover, and I am going to activate my icon. Which
activate.
I need to actually switch that.
Yeah, that guy's dead.
Yeah, that was our my avatar for our Lenharrow game, which actually went pretty good. So I'll just switch it to this, and then we'll head over to the book here. Yeah, I'll scroll down very slowly because I like to look at this picture.
Of course you do.
We got our credits, of course, and then the title page. This is a picture that the Tiger did of Intel. Now, trying to get the AI to render a guard is a trick. I did some, and there was one in that video, but it just doesn't come out exactly the way we want. But guards are a unique race to Lenharrow, so I'm not quite done with the book, so the page numbers have not been thrown in there yet. I'm still adding art. I figured I might as well while the Tiger is finishing up the maps, which I'm happy for. We have this, starts out with this poem here that I wrote, but in the game world, I attribute to the great sage Hebador.
And then I'll go over titles and stuff that for the way it works in the Kingdom of Haven's Run. Actually the Archduchy is what it's referred to, even though there is a queen, but she refers to herself as the Archduchess. I go over the noble titles, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to keep these as gray or make them color. I don't know. They look pretty good this way, but I don't know. Maybe color will look better. I'm not really good with that. I might have Katie Robbins go over this book and give it a touch up, like she's doing for our light edition so nicely. By the way, the descriptions for all our game books are the links to all our game books are in the description below on Amazon and DriveThruRPG. So, if you're interested, our Lenharrow Fantasy Adventures book is Pay What You Want on DriveThruRPG. So, that's a cool thing. You can check it out for free if you really want to. We're more interested in sharing the book than selling. And I got this timeline here, like I said. This is how I bore you with thousands of years of history. Just some charts, timeline, and then there's our Archduchess. She's there in Dameron.
The Queen.
I like that pick a lot. And a word about the Famous Bad Company, which is part of our novel series, which I'm going to jump back over here real quick, and I'm going to come back on and show you that book here. I happen to have a copy of that book right here, Bad Company. This is the first book in the series. This is actually 3 books. We used to do novelettes, and I put the first 3 stories and adventures in this one big old hardback. It's really a decent book, and Katie Robbins did our cover up so nice for that. But we'll get back to this here. Yeah, we got to put it up there, though, don't I? There we go. Okay, so I kind of give a brief description of the city of Haven's Run, and then go over the encounter, not necessarily encounter areas, but all the areas in the palace grounds, and then what city functions are. Give you some more artwork. Like I said, I'm putting in as much artwork as I can. I really love books with a lot of art, and I really feel that's what our LPG was, and our Ref's Guide was really missing, and our Creature Guide really too. I really like this pick of the School of Wizardry that I rendered. It was pretty good. Just looks beautiful, and it fits because it looks like the palace is in the background, and that's right where the School of Wizardry is right next to the palace. So it's really cool. And then we got the elementary school, and then we go through temples and churches. The biggest temple or church in Haven's Run is the Temple of Dock. Yeah, you can chime in here with any thoughts you have there, Tiger.
No thoughts in my brain right now.
Oh, you being a bonehead? I like this because I have the Church of the Wood here. Then I have the Haven's Run Memorial Cemetery. Haven's Run Memorial Field is what they call it. I rendered a pretty cool picture of the cemetery, so I included it with it. And this was perfect because this render actually has the proper symbols of the Great Woods, so it fit really well. You've got your shrine with the white circle, and then you've got your white circle up here that just looks awesome. Now, some of these I wanted to do bigger, and I still might do some of them on full page, but we can't make the book too big, and this book is already 286 pages, so this one turned out really well. The Shrine of Kelvon. I like how the trees have faces on them.
Oh, they do?
A couple of them, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool. Shrine of Kelvon. Kelvon is the god of druids in our Lenharrow world, or Loair that we're focusing on.
Isn't that actually inside of a building, though?
No, it's outside, but it's like in a hedge maze of trees.
Oh.
So they've got their own little that's their church. It's actually open to the sky. It's a druid's church. It's a shrine.
I thought there were walls and stuff.
Of trees.
Oh, okay, I remember where that was now.
Yep. And then we got a Bounty Hunters Guild, and we will have a map for the Bounty Hunters Guild. I have rendered. I didn't render it. I drew one, and the Tiger is actually going over it and fixing that to make it look nice for the book.
Bounty Hunters Guild?
But basically, we detail the.
I don't remember the Bounty Hunters Guild.
Yeah, the Bounty Hunters. You haven't done it yet, no. But I sent you a map for it.
Did you?
Yep.
Was that a new one?
It's one of the last ones I gave you. Yeah.
I might not have it.
Okay. Well, I've got that one and the Adventurers Guild.
I am doing a building, but you said it was like headquarters to something.
Yeah, there's the Adventurers Guild, and then
with the fire pit in it and stuff.
Yeah, I think that is. I don't know. I'd have to look at them. This right here, there's a tavern in Havens Road that's right on the corner, and its entrance is like diagonal to the corner of the street. It actually faces both streets that cross there that head right up to the palace. And when I rendered this, I just wanted to say Havens Pub, and it actually put the words on it. But usually, I don't know why AI has a problem with words sometimes, but at least it put Haven Pub. It didn't put Havens, but then it kind of did so down here. It's weird, but it just looked perfect because that's the way it's set up on the street right there in Havens Road. So I thought it looked good. Anyway. There's a really large market square in the middle of town. There's a big fountain, and then there's another market area over by the church, the Temple of Dock, that's open to the air like this. And then there's an indoor area that has like dozens of shops in it. So you've got like 12
I
outside.
have a question.
Okay.
Does this start in Havens Run?
No, it doesn't. The adventure doesn't, but the campaign book does.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
This
I'm like,
is the campaign part. This book has two sections. This
we
is a
didn't
campaign
run into no Havens Run.
And I have spotted a typo there.
Oh no, it's a typo. Run away! Run away!
Right there, look, what is that?
An error.
That should say platform 11.
Is that not what typo means?
Yep.
It is an error. Error. Error.
Platform 11. How I did that, I don't know.
It's platform 9 3/4.
Well, in the open air market has these I think 11 or 12 platforms. I'd have to look at the map again, and each one has its own little shop on it. One of them is actually an outdoor art gallery. It's kind of cool.
There's no platform in 9 3/4.
No platform 9 3/4.
No trains for you.
We do have a bank in our campaign world that's magical. People can actually go and set up an account where you get a little crystal that you can have you put as a bracelet or a necklace, or even a brooch or something, and you basically just tap it to whatever magical device accepts and receives and takes. Shipping and receiving, basically money. And
it gives you a crystal.
Magically transfers money, just like a real bank account in our world does electronically. But Lenharrow is an ancient world that has had magic for hundreds of, if not thousands of years. And we determined that was what they used in lieu of technology.
Dude, you have no idea how many dragon hordes I've just cleaned up with one of those crystals.
Yeah, it also saves time and energy on people transporting goods. Excuse me.
It doesn't take goods. It only takes like gems.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean, the coins and stuff. So it takes gems.
Wait. Does it take works of art?
No, it will not take works of art, but it will take anything that's considered currency.
Oh, so a throne of gold you can't get sucked in.
No, you couldn't put a throne of gold in it, but there are certain things you can do.
What if you take the throne of gold and then you melt part of it, and then it's just gold? Would that do it?
That would be a rest call. I would say no.
I'm gonna find a way.
Well, see, players who do creative things can be rewarded in my games, at least. I hope other refs do the same. We have something in here called the Sandstone Garden Village, which is like
Dude, I make it sound like we run into Thrones of Gold all the time.
it's kind of like an apartment area, but it's made out of the buildings are all made out of sandstone. It's really cool. At least I think so. I don't think anybody has ever gone over to that area in my camp, any of my games. So
Where'd they get the sandstone?
there is a desert right nearby.
Been through the desert on a horse with no name.
And then we have everything that's outside of the city. Like this here's the Bridge over Drana. There's a massive river.
Dude, when I saw that picture, I thought it was like that tower that you had sideways.
Yeah, I did that once. The Sideways Tower. I think that's
That
what
was pretty cool.
Then we have outside of town. We have a Church of Falada, which is the Elven goddess. And then we have Marn's Abbey. Oh, that's Marn's Abbey. Okay, that's right. That's not. You see, there's Marn's Abbey there. But yeah, we do have the Church of Falada. And Marn's Abbey is what this picture is of. And then Road Watch is, I think I have a picture of it.
Road Watch. That's the one I did.
There it is. Yeah, Road Watch.
That's what Road Watch looks like?
Yep. Well, that's the best I could render it. Came out pretty good. Has a little fort on top. But, when you're rendering, you go with what the computer gives you. And, after about 15, 20
Wait, we got Paul in the 619.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Well, greetings, Paul, the 619.
He says hi.
We're doing okay. How are you doing, sir? We will welcome you properly. Welcome, Paul.
I saw that.
In the 619.
Woo woo.
So we'll put that up there. Seems how you're the first person to say anything tonight. We've had a few visitors pop in and out, but you're the first one to actually greet us in the chat. Nice to see you. It was good hanging out with you last weekend on Spine Ticks. That was a lot of fun. So let's get back to this here. Yeah, if you could, that would be great if you could keep an eye on the chat for me.
I do that.
I know. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, because when I'm looking at this, I can't see anything that's up in StreamYard. Anyway, there's the game actually takes place in Myers Markham, in the city of the little township of Torrent, and I do have a pretty good map of that in here.
Yeah.
And, when we get to the maps, you'll see what I'm talking about by needing to switch the maps out. Some of these I have artwork for some of these towns, like Bright Springs Barony, and I had an adventure plan where the party was going to go there, but we never actually got to play that. We actually switched up. That was a few years back, and so I've been working on this campaign for a long time.
Yes. So the question is, what are we doing? The answer is, this is a campaign book that we are going to be releasing as soon as a certain someone gets all the maps done. I don't know who that is, though. No, I don't know who that is.
Yes. We were on Spine Ticks together. That was cool. A lot of fun. I think that we picked on you a little too much with the it's a spider thing, but it was fun, and you were a good sport. Some of this artwork that I rendered was really cool. Like, this is still along the River Drana. This is a city.
I actually like that picture. That's a really good picture.
Yep, I thought so. It's kind of neat because this is where it branches off in the other direction, and this is actually the other river off of Drana. So I thought it was really cool. Like I said, I go through all the counties, and then
as much as you guys would like it to be 5e, this is actually our system.
Oh, is that what he's saying?
He was wondering if it was 5e. Our campaign book.
No, I have not actually ever played 5e. I've watched other people play it. It's not really for me. I found it to be a little, at least to the players, a little too restrictive. I actually did like the way it ran for the referee to run it. But for the players, I'm not a big one for class and levels. So Our system, we kind of did away with levels, but we kind of converted classes into what we like to call lifestyles. And we have a whole series of videos, this being the 10th one in the series, on our book, our game. So you're welcome to check those out, or we can chat later, bud.
I'm with you on the spiders. I accidentally gave my son arachnophobia.
That's true. So
when he was a baby. He's scared of spiders so much now. It's my fault. Hey, I don't mind spiders, but I don't like them on me.
Yeah, I like how he said, "Yes, I hate spiders." Paul smashed. That's really cool. Yeah, I like to look at spiders, but me neither. I don't like them on me at all.
Dude, I swear you love spiders. You have spiders everything.
Well, I like to look at spiders, but I don't like them on me. There's a big difference.
He likes telling facts about spiders too.
But yeah, I'm not afraid of spiders.
No, he's not.
But I don't like them bite me neither. They love to bite me. It must be something in my blood. Anyway,
he becomes Logan, the great white spider hunter when he's one.
This is true.
There was one time I remember he found a spider in front of our TV, and he moved the entire TV and the whole thing just to find the spider to kill it.
I never did either.
No, you didn't find it.
Anyway, in the section 2 of our campaign book, we cover companies, clans, and organizations. And we just have a little description of what they do. And we leave it really up to the referee to decide what to do with them, if they want to do anything with them. Any of your savage tribes would be included in here too. And then some of your organizations, like this one is the Company of the Black Spear, which actually works for the Archduchess.
He called you Spider Logan.
Spider Logan. Well, geez, I'm going to have to put that up on the screen.
Yeah, you're Spider
Nice
Logan.
to see you here, Paul. We really appreciate somebody being here today. Like I said, I know we've had people pop in and out. We welcome anybody who wants to listen to our
mostly lurkers.
Yeah, listen to us ramble on about our game system, which we actually prefer to D&D now. Just for character creation, it's a little bit more complicated, but for gameplay, it's really the gameplay goes really fast and really easy. Anyway, like I said, I go over these, and the Morbite Scorpion Tribe is actually part of the adventure, so we have those in there.
I don't remember going to the Scorpion Tribe.
When they attacked with the bandits, when they went and tried to capture the gnome. You don't remember the scorpions in the street?
Oh, yeah. We only had a couple though.
And then I have a little bit on something I like to call Havens Run Mores, which is customs. That's what that word means, mores. It looks like Moors, but it's actually pronounced mores. And I kind of like it. What I do in here is I just describe certain things.
Hey, put his other thing up.
Okay. I like some of the. I like to put in some of the holidays and customs. Paul says, "I love RPG talk. Thank you for sharing." We like to share our game, and I'm glad more and more people are getting to know it and like it and play it.
Yeah, we're going to be running. Well, he's going to be running Ben Canton, another Lenharrow run game.
Yeah, we're starting that Sunday. We're going to be making characters, but everybody's kind of making characters already. So if we get everything done quickly enough, I've got it slotted for a few hours. So we might even start playing. I have that module pretty much memorized, that adventure. The Ben Canton game.
Yeah.
I've run that one a couple of times too. Anyway, Dawn's the Night is really about this minstrel here who is being plagued with nightmares and visions. And she actually seeks out the party to help her get rid of those visions by completing a quest. And then
our son decided to play that character, but gender swapped her.
That happens. There are characters, pre-made characters in the book. You can play those or not. It's up to the ref and the players. And we put them in there so that people could just start playing if they wanted to, or you can make your own characters and run the campaign with your own characters. Well, these characters are also in the adventure, in the module, in the adventure, so you can use them as a ref or not. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah, when we
Go
when
ahead.
we started running this, we had everyone choose a character because we wanted them more like we wanted the town to be more theirs, so they cared more about what happened in their town, kind of a thing.
Well, we also the adventure is set up so that the referee can decide and let the player choose whether they want to be a male or female of any of the characters. So the gender swapping is no big deal as far as the module.
Oh no, I didn't say it was a big deal. I was saying that the idea behind this particular module or this particular storyline is that you want them to be from the town, so that the characters are already automatically invested into this.
Yeah, they get invested. Well, that's why I have this section here. What we have, the way we set up our adventures is at the beginning I have what is called the adventure legend. And instead of going chapter by chapter and describing what's going on, I do that in the chapters. But I also have this section at the beginning that gives the ref all the background information they need in this section. I always found that a little unnerving when I read a module and it's like, oh, where's that? Oh, that's located here in the sidebar or on this other page over here. But for me, I like to put all that information at the beginning for the ref. And then after that, it's just encounter descriptions. I have this section here about using the Dawns of Night RPCs, or which is what we call NPCs, but we like to call them referee player characters because that's what we call our game master as a referee.
Yeah, we want them we want them to have more life to them than just hi, how are you? Would you like to buy something?
Yeah, as a big fan of the original Ravenloft module, I took that to heart where they encourage you to play Strahd, the vampire, the main monster in that module, as a player character. So I have incorporated that into all our adventures. And like I said, I did some really cool rendering of art throughout here. But I really focus on the adventure in this section, describing the township and its surrounding areas. And then I go into encounter details in one of the chapters later. But I give the ref all the information they need about the town, including all the council members. And some of the possible player characters are actually on the town council, including the mayor. You can actually play the mayor. And the Baroness's daughter, actually, too. So, and then we got the map locations outside of the city and some renders of some of the citizens of the small township of Torrent that has been plagued with a lot of problems in the recent past. That's why I have this big old section of Tales of the Past. And then additional referee information. And basically everything the ref needs to know, including the three major visions that the minstrel gets, are right here in the adventure legend. And there's a campaign legend for the campaign section. I like to set it up that way. Everything that's pertinent to your campaign or your adventure, I like to put in what I like to call a legend. And then I have a section in here on how to run Dawns the Night as part of a Havens Run campaign, and a listing of how to run it and what you can run with it. And I've got another adventure coming out hopefully next year called Grimdal's Keep that is like a companion to this one that you can play after.
Dude, Grimdal's Keep is insane.
But it's basically a more powerful adventure. We do things in status.
You could spend months in Grimdal's Keep, honestly.
Yeah. We have what we call adventure status ratings, and this starts as a basic or starting in basic adventure status rating, and can move into intermediate, and then we have advanced and epic status ratings. And it's to us that it works out the same as levels, but to me it just seems easier. This is a basic game. This is an intermediate game.
We don't put levels on characters, and because like people in general don't have levels on their heads, so yeah.
In a role-playing sense, they're not going to say, I'm level 12. They're just not going to do that. Anyway, that's just how we do it.
Was it where's the system is he wants to know where to get it. You know that info.
There's a link. There are links in the description to Drive-Thru RPG and Amazon.com. Amazon.com, you can pick them up in hardback and some of them softback. We have 6 books for the enhanced edition out, and I think 3 books for the light edition. The main book for the Lenharrow Fantasy Adventures, though, for the light edition, you can actually get on Drive-Thru RPG as a PDF. You can just download it, pay what you want. You can even do it for free. So you can check out our game for free on Drive-Thru RPG.
But that's just the basic version.
That's just the basic version, right?
No martial arts.
Our enhanced edition adds so much more. It has an entire category of skills, martial arts. It has
our enhanced edition is probably a whole nother book.
Oh, it is. Well, we separate all the books to a Lenharrow Player's Guide, a Referee's Guide, and a Creature Guide. And we're actually doing that for the light edition as well. Katie Robbins has given it a really cool makeover. And we already have out hardback versions of the light edition LPG, Lenharrow Player's Guide, and LRG, Lenharrow Referee's Guide. And she's just about done with the Creature Guide, so that'll be out before the end of the year, I'm sure.
Our Creature Guide is insane.
That's the light Creature Guide, but if you're going to get a Creature Guide, the light edition Creature Guide is going to look nicer, but the enhanced edition has so much more. Paul's taking off. Hey, man, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you being here, bud. Well, that was cool of him to show up.
Yep.
Spine ticks for life.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not sure, but I think I might even have a link to Spine Tick's his channel in the description.
I don't know.
I usually do. I will tomorrow night when we do Fridays from the Hill.
Anyways, continue.
So then I go over how to start the adventure, and I have a really cool basic starting adventure that's called Road Trip. And you can actually start in the capital city of Havens Run or in Torrance and be traveling to or from either place.
You always break my cart on this adventure, I swear.
Well, you like to play the Rotund Catman, which we're going to go over the characters here in just a bit. I got a clip I'll play for just the playable characters in the book. Then we on Road Trip, you could go to the inn called the Blue Thunder. That's a wayside tavern in the forest outside the capital city, and we go into lots of detail on this tavern. And then we got the adventure going on, and I really don't want to spoil it, so I'm going to skip over this part. I really wanted to just show that how we set up an adventure. We do the adventure legend and then the encounter areas, and then we go and have the appendices, which these are all the encounter areas. And then what we do at the end is I have something called a coda, which is like how you end a song, I know, but or a sonnet. So I like to call the ending of an adventure a coda. So this is a Dawn's the Night coda. Nice. What's that?
That's kind of nice, calling that a coda.
I thought so.
Nice, I like that.
And then I have this section on how to end the adventure. And, of course, I have a picture of Beardland Tycho Stonehammer Jr., who can be a character in the adventure, but doesn't have to be. He's a prominent RPC in the city of Havens Run. And then I detail all of the characters that make up the city of Havens Run and all your villains in the adventure. Basically, everything that you could think of as far as characters are detailed in this section. Now, some of this has art, but most of it doesn't. There's just way too many characters. I have the Bad Company. Their oldest son leads the Bad Company, and so his family lives here. And so I definitely wanted to cover them in this. That's his father and mother and his little sister. So Bridget's family, Clayhon, Enid, and their daughter Jacqueline. Now there is another member of the family that sometimes lives with him, and in some campaigns he can be dead. And his name is Mirabin Bridges. He's Clayhon's brother and the uncle to the leader of the Bad Company. So that's kind of neat. And you can run it as him being the real guy returning, or he could be some kind of doppelganger or something. Like I throw a lot of that in here in the descriptions of the RPCs. Like here's Lord Sheriff Eric McAllister. He was a member of the Bad Company, but when the bad company got banished, he wasn't with them when they got banished. So he was able to stay in Haven's Run, and he took D. Bridges' place as the trade commissioner, which D. Bridges is the leader of the bad company. Then, like I said, after all the RPCs, I have a section here for the potential PCs. Now, this, you could just take this information and put it right on a character sheet. But this is how we put it in for a quick reference for the ref. Everything you need to know about this character, stat-wise, and for the character sheet is found right here and in this area right here where it has all their skills and everything. And then I try to do a brief description of the character here, because the only reason I keep it brief is so that the player can add to it what they really want. I give a small background, and then the player can choose what they want. Just like with Bob, we've had him in the campaign every time. He's a bandit that can be captured and converted. He's trying to escape being a bandit, and he'll actually help the PCs and try to join their party. Now, I haven't had a game yet where anybody has killed him, but I'm sure that's possible too. And the reason why I don't have their pictures here is because I have them all together at the end. Anyway, these are all the characters, and we're going to go over those. So I'm not really going into a lot of detail on them, but I'll even have their little write-up for their spell book, which you could just copy right onto the spell sheets that we have. And then, of course, we have the guild mistress, one to Thalmus at the last there. And then all the villains. The cultists of Harkoth, excuse me. And I do it by the leader. Now, for the ref, you got to have some background. So I have a full-page background for the leader of these villains. And then we have her second in command, and then some of her, what they call postulates. That's their title. Well, this guy's the leader of the band. And he's referred to as a Morquin, which is an undercommon word for like boss or bully. Anyway, then I go into the postulates. And it's one of those rules and area of the Hold of Harkoth, underneath the curate, the mistress of the clan, the shrine, the cult, I should say. And there is even an orc chieftain who has taken over the former dwarven outpost that's centuries old and long abandoned by the dwarves. And of course, we have the guardian, which I don't really want to spoil here. We have some new divine magic, a few spells, and then a few devices, and we detail those here that are unique to this module. So, like I said, then we go over the maps, and I did this map. It's okay. I don't know if the Tiger's going to redo this one. Probably not. But this one
never asked me to.
But you can if you want. This one's good enough for the adventure. It's kind of colorful, I thought. It's one of my better ones. But my maps are like this. Okay, now this is cool to use for a campaign, but it's not cool to put in a book. And it's hard to see where the numbers and everything are. So I'm
fixing that.
Yeah, and here's the one for the Bounty Hunters Guild. And
I don't have that map.
The Adventurers Guild. So if you don't have those, I'll have to send those to you as well. I thought I did. Yeah. And then we have the one of the taverns, and then we have the marketplace. I thought I sent this one to you.
That one I think I might have.
And that's the last one I did, so I should have sent you the other two. And this is the Bridges Manor House. It's an example of what a wealthy family's house is like, and we used it a lot in our campaigns. So I thought I'd include it with the campaign book. And then there's Road Watch, which you
finished.
You're almost finished. Okay, so you're working on that one.
Yes.
But you see the difference here in some of these maps. I mean, this is from night and day. Here's the Blue Thunder. Now, this is what I did, but the ones that Tiger do are even better than this. And like, here's the
that one I did already.
This one here?
Yeah, I sent that to you already.
Oh, maybe I haven't put it in here yet. I'll have to look. And then we have the Haunted Cabin and the Bandit Camp, Dusky Knight's Compound, and then I definitely need a new one of this.
Yeah, I haven't done that one.
As far as for running the game, this works for a referee, but it doesn't work for a product. So I am glad that Tiger offered to redo all these maps because here's some of her maps that she redid for me. The computer just told me we're supposed to be making this episode. Isn't that nice?
It's late.
It is late. Here we go. The little Luna has joined me. So you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to turn my camera back on so people can see Luna. Yes, these maps are so much better than the ones that I had done, and they're so much clearer. And the ref could use these. And we have a scale comparison, but we don't have grids, so the ref could actually determine how big this area.
Make it as big or as small as you want.
Yep. And we have we have all these areas that are just so awesome that we put together. So all the main maps are already done for the adventure part, and then of course we have to go into encounters for the campaign and for the adventure. So we have encounter charts, and that
you do realize I'm almost done with those maps, and you're like, yeah, we got this one and this one. I'm like, wait, you didn't give me those.
Well, we'll have to look at them. We'll have to make sure you have all the ones you need, but you weren't done with what you had, so it really didn't matter.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
Anyway, what we do here is you basically have to look these up in the creature guide, but then it tells you how many to roll, what the number of encountered is. Because that used to be on our trip sheets, but when we went to print with Amazon, they made it so we had to do our trip sheets portrait instead of landscape. And so I had to take a lot of things off of our trip sheet for creatures, which at the end of this, I'll show you. But we add new creatures. This is a creature guide edition.
We love creating creatures.
And I managed to add 6 different creatures to this adventure. And then what I do with all the charts is for the whole module, I put them, unless they're just specific to an encounter area, I put them in the back so that the ref could quickly refer to them. Like if you need blacksmith services, here's your chart. You need in-room rentals, here's your chart, based on the size of the room. And then in the description, it tells you what rooms are available that they rent. And this is an average cost, so the ref can change this to suit their campaign. And
I just thought of a really cool idea.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Then we have some new weapons that we added to the game. What's the cool idea? Musical instrument prices?
Yes, musical instrument crisis. Not. No. Let's do like a creature guide thing.
We've already done a creature guide episode.
No, you don't understand.
We can do another one.
No, you don't understand, see. You don't understand me here. I'm thinking, you know how we did the review on the vampires and the werewolves and stuff?
Yeah.
Do like that, but one section of creatures for the whole thing.
We can do that. We can have a segment on Fridays for the Hill where we do that.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Or we could do an episode of this show for that.
Yeah, this show.
That'll work. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
And then you and I can render some of those creatures. Not your typical ones, because know everybody knows what the typical ones look like. I meant some of our new ones for us.
Well, that's true.
What do you think?
That was my plan for the show.
I like it.
Well, we're doing the show monthly now instead of every week.
Yeah, that's fine.
It just, with all the other stuff we got going on, monthly it just seemed to work better. Now,
no, that's fine.
What I did here was I put together some charts so that the ref could quickly determine the cost.
Because we love charts. Of
selling enchanted items, and then have the apothecary items that most apothecaries sell in the region, and the pluses on devices, and healing items, and what some of the churches what they have is what they sell. Now the ref is free to alter these as they want, but I threw a bunch of magical devices together and their average prices, so the ref would have an idea.
We have a secret. The ref can keep or throw away any rules they want.
That's right. And then I have a section on PC handouts because I love PC handouts as a referee.
Oh, yeah, those are fun.
And so I have this, the Ballad of Tybuck and Sharon. This is one that you can give to your minstrel player if somebody's playing the minstrel. They don't have to play the minstrel, but if they don't, then the ref needs to kind of play the minstrel because the minstrel is what ties the game together. It gets it going. But it's better if a player runs the minstrel character. So, but sometimes players don't want to be a minstrel. But anyway, this ballad is something they can be singing at the beginning when they run into the players. Generally, the Blue Thunder, and it's something written by Bad Company member Falmar Taroth. And then we have the Visions handouts. Now, the way it's written up in the Adventure Legend is for the referee. The way it's written here is for the player character. So the handout is a little different than what's up above. And then in the adventure, you can find these letters written to the bandit leaders. And then also there's the Dusky Night Cause, which
I love finding stuff.
can be important. And then I'm not gonna go over these a lot because I have a short. In fact, you know what? Before we go into this, I'm gonna play that. So let's
play that tape, man.
Play that clip. Of course, I had to end it with Maria Havana Daring. Anyway, so those were these characters here. The first one is the gnome, Friar Baltier Proud Nose. And then you have Bob after he's been cleaned up, when he actually joins the party as a PC. Then you have Master Innkeeper Gray Tomas.
He's my man.
Liaison Cara Treebow. Corporal Maria Havana Daring, which has been somebody's chosen. As a ref, I played her once, and we've had another player play her, and this player has brought so much new life to this character, but it enhanced her in a way that fits the character so well that it inspired me to actually do a lot more artwork for this character, which is what ended up getting me a nice render for the cover. Lord Mayor Martius Rathbar, he's basically your wizard in the group. And then you have Ned Blacktail, the blacksmith. He likes to call his shop a blacksmithy, which isn't a word, but that's what he likes to call it. Lady Rebecca Carter is the Baroness's daughter. And then there's Guildmistress Wanda Thalis. This is your rogue. So we have plenty of guys to play and plenty of girls. And again, you can swap out those genders however you like. And then I have a compilation of all the RPCs right here at the back, so the ref has a quick reference point. And if they have a PDF, that makes it even nicer because they can just print these pages up. And then I have the PCs here and the Cultists of Harkoth on its own little sheet. And then we include all the monsters on a easy to use trip sheet right here at the end. So that the ref has all the statistics for their monsters right here at the last bit of the adventure. So they have a quick reference point at the book. They can just look at the back of the book, and here's all your statistics for all your creatures and encounters. And that is basically the Heroes of Havens Road book. So there we go. Yeah, that would be our little Luna wanting in and out here, of course.
Oh, she wants in here.
Yep. So that was done there. So what are your final thoughts there, Tiger?
My final thoughts are that it's fun to play. And I really do like how you want to include the players into this particular module at the end. Making them part of the town and stuff. Oh,
she ought to be a booger.
Yes, of course she does. She's loud purr right now. Hey, you loud purr. You say hi. Say hi.
Well,
Anyway, so they yeah, like incorporating them in part of the town as part of the module is actually really good, I think. And I love that we are all get to have a say in what happens in this little town.
like I
Plus,
said,
well, our players are enjoying building it. We're like building this
some
town.
of the player characters that you could choose to play in this adventure are members of the town council of Torrance, so they are invested in the town.
Yeah, yeah. Like my character has plans to with Maria, we want to buy a vineyard and start a winery or something like that. It sounds cool. Oh, and maybe some dogs.
But I definitely wanted to show this cover at least one more time. I outdid myself on the rendering. Actually, the AI outdid itself as far as I'm concerned. It just the orcs in the background and
Oh,
showing the tower,
knocked
the
me over,
dwarven tower
Pat.
where the orcs are hanging out in the back. I didn't even ask for it to do that, and it looks just like the outside of that Tagaviblis tower for the old dwarven fortress watchtower that they had built for their mine. Anyway, I really enjoyed putting this adventure together, this campaign. Haven's Run. I've run so many adventures and games out of this campaign.
After this, I have to look up if pineapple juice is okay for cats to drink.
Yeah, I don't know either. Um, we do have a website, christopherhill.webs.com, and for about 5 years, I ran an online game that was sort of like a mail by game, the game by mail, or however you want to say it. They used to do that kind of stuff. We tried that experiment back when the internet really kind of first started in the early 2000s, and for almost 5 years, I ran a game like that. We had 4 seasons, but it ran about 5 years.
Oh yeah, the written one, that was actually pretty cool.
And it's all that's set in Haven's Run except for the last season. Actually, one of the seasons was the last season was completely in a different nation. That's right.
I think that's when we started Ben Canton.
Yeah, that was in Bradman. That's a neighbor to Mid Canton.
Oh, Bradman. Sorry, Bradman.
Right. Anyway, so yeah, I think that pretty much covers Haven's Run, Heroes of Haven's Run succinctly. It's an awesome campaign world. I give you the capital city and its surrounding areas. The whole nation, really, I don't go into detail about because I leave that for individual adventures. But I describe the capital city, so you have a home base. But if you want a smaller home base, we also include Torith in the adventure Dawns the Night, and give you a starting scenario so you can get your players right into the campaign. And if you don't want to make characters, we provide characters for you. Your creature statistics are all compiled on the last page with the RPCs, our referee player characters, right there. They get their own charts. Everything, all the charts are right there at the end, and all the player handouts, and everything a ref needs to run the game basically is right there on that last bit of the book. Plus, all the descriptions for the encounter areas are all set up so that it's easy for a referee to find and look at. So, I really thought this is the best way to set up an adventure module. Campaign setting first, and then do modules for each campaign setting. So this is the first one in the series, and Haven's Run hopefully will come out next year. And that being said, that's my spiel and my take on it. Anything else from you, Tiger?
Brian just came in and said, "Hey, all."
Well, hello, Brian. Brian LCS, you caught us right near the end, sir. But thanks for joining us, and welcome to the show. I am going to play our intro right here at the last and end the video with that. Yeah, so thank you for being here, and anybody else who showed up and checked us out and watches it in the replay. Thanks for watching us, and I hope you enjoy Lenharrow and Heroes of Haven's Run.
And we'll see you tomorrow night.
So let me see if I can find that video again and put it up here. So On that note,
Same bat time.
log it out.
Same bat channel.
Welcome to the Heroes of Haven's Run campaign expansion from the Lenharrow Fantasy Adventures game. This book not only details the Kingdom of Haven's Run, but features the playable adventure Dawns the Night. Play characters in the nation that spawned the famous Bad Company. The nation of Haven's Run is covered within, so that referees have a land for their players to explore, with the capital city of Haven's Run being completely detailed. However, it has been my experience that what most campaign guides are missing is the adventure. We, however, did not forget to include that very little detail. Do I bore you with thousands of years of history? Maybe a little. Do I provide you with dozens of referee player characters to populate your world? Okay, I did that. Do I add new creatures and magical devices to surprise your players? Yeah, I guess I did a little of that too. Do I needlessly detail every nook and cranny of my featured areas? Well, not every cranny, but most of the nooks. Do I add a bunch of charts to that the referee can refer to? On that one, you got me, but at least I compiled them all in one easy-to-find place. That's just in the campaign section of this book, and then there's some adventure to be had. Heroes of Haven's Run features the adventure Dawns the Night. This fully detailed scenario includes a smaller home base for your players just outside of the capital city. We also have a starting adventure to get your players into the campaign before delving on into a series of adventures that are interwoven with an overall plot, so that you as a referee can run as many side adventures as you like. It all starts with a minstrel that is plagued with nightmares or visions that they cannot shake. This leads them to the small township of Torrith that has seen so much tragedy in its recent past, and a town that is on the edge of the frontier in a post-war environment. Included herein is the obligatory bandit attack and goblin hunt, a haunted cabin, a lost dwarven outpost, a cult of Hardcover worshippers with a penchant for spiders, plots for world domination, knights with a not-so-noble cause, and perhaps, just perhaps, a dungeon to explore. Create one of your own characters from the LPG, the Lenharrow Player's Guide, or start playing right away by choosing from the 10 pre-made characters found in the appendices of the book. Will you be the distraught human minstrel Mildred Burrows, who is seeking allies to end her vision? Or will you take on one of the other roles? You could be Baltiar Proudnose, a gnome healer, whose only desire is to care for those in need. Perhaps you'd like to play Tonga Bobbert, the savage human bandit who everyone simply calls Bob. He is seeking a way to end his life of skullduggery. Maybe the rotund catman innkeeper, Grey Tomas, strikes your fancy. If the life of the elf-maiden emissary from the nearby woodland realm of Itar strikes you, then Kara Treebow is for you. Kara is attempting to mend the fences after recent hostilities with her people. I hear you calling, and a warrior's heart lies within. If this is the case, then the human soldier Corporal Maria Havana Daring is for you. You'd like to play a wizard, you say? Then perhaps you'd like to play Lord Mayor Martius Rathbar, a noble mage that is trying to restore the town of his birth. Something different, you wonder? Certainly. For you, we have the black-scaled Swamp Troll, a dragon-man blacksmith by the name of Ned Blacktail. There's also the Lady Catman and daughter of the local baroness, who is looking to increase her life holdings and have as much fun as she can doing so. There is one more for those rogues out there, and that would be Wanda Thaunis, who fancies herself as the local bounty hunters guild mistress. Haven's Run awaits you, adventurer. The only question left to ask is, will you answer the call and become a hero of Haven's Run? This is but a sampling of the things and places you may see. Artwork that may be included or may not be included in the book, but was an inspiration for it at least. But much of it will be in the book. And for your viewing pleasure, the end here, we have all the villains that are encountered in this adventure. All the way up to the Shrine of Harkoth's mistress, Shahadrax. And finally, we ended off with the God Spider. We hope you have enjoyed this little intro video and that you enjoy our discussion